go, Zara. Don't be behind. Touch forward. Play. Good girl. That's the ball. Then when we win, can we play Sammy? Good girl. Show. Hold it up. No, that's fine. She's beating you. Stay narrow, Annabelle. Stay narrow.
Organise here straight away. Remember, front foot.
Emily, discipline. You've got to give us a foundation. We're getting killed through there. Well done, Chloe. Well done, Myra. Call them in again, Chloe. Chloe, for short, call them in. Again. Come on, discipline.
I made sure I knew where that was first.
When it goes, we step on. Identify and step on.
Make something of it. Step all the way, man. Go on. Good, man. Good girl. Step. Still too deep. Squeeze.
Shift together. Pressure on the ball when we can, don't get beat. Play again. Good girls, over together, compact. Now fight for the pass, find the pass if we can. Good girl.
Molly!
Nice, Sammy! Up! 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 Bella!
again, girls. Front foot again.
Make a decision.
And again, step.
Well done, Annabelle. Go again, see it out. Come on, can we win it again? Well done, girls. Same again, it's our job. Underneath, down, mature, stay under, and then receive the ball. Underneath. Quickly, quickly. Ball on here. Get from there in. And again, guys, clear out. Shuffle again up. Identify and press. Good job. Pretty good. Now we go, now we go, now we go.
Back full time in the under-18s game. Illawarra Stingrays 10, Newcastle Jets 3.
Hey, Cliff.
What do you have on your computer? What's your setup?
Setup, it will, actually, it would be one tab with browser tab with Google Sheets.
Yeah.
And one tab with stream.
Yeah. So you can go back to the replay.
Yes. Yes, I will. I've written married names down here. It's all good.
Few breaks. Tamsin wants to commentate. He's laughing. Hey, she scores a goal on Wednesday.
Yeah, he was like,
Jen, did you find a purpose for this?
One of my parents did. Apparently it's a mini bath right here.
It is, yeah. Well, there you go. It's not that other thing that just sits in our...
It just sits in the bath. No, I don't know.
I almost brought my Filipino suit.
All Filipino broadcast.
Yes. There's another one, because there's another Filipino.
Illawarra Stingrays would like to welcome everyone who won't land table for this afternoon's fixture between Illawarra Stingrays and Hills United. Best of luck to both teams.
I don't know. I didn't always have to do it. I'm not flipping stuff like that. That's less work for me, man.
All right, we're all live.
Okay, that's good. Nice visual.
Good afternoon, NPL Women's New South Wales fans. This is Eric Subihanuk coming to you live from Tharawal Land and Lakelands Oval in Dapto for NPL Women's New South Wales Round 12 action. It's Sapphire Cup semi-finalist Hills United as the away team here today up against Illawarra Stingrays. And as usual, kits for both, the famous pink jerseys for the Stingrays and the yellow jerseys with the navy shorts for Hills United. Well, the cup action has been quite good and productive for these two teams. As I said, Hills making history on Wednesday night by becoming the first team by reaching the Sapphire Cup semi-finals for the first time in their history with a 6-0 win over SD Raiders, while for the Stingrays, their quarter-final away to Northern Tigers is on Tuesday night. And of course, the team in pink hope to join their opponents today in the Final Four of a New South Wales women's knockout competition. So, hopefully they might see their respective cup runs and good cup runs as well. Congratulations to both as an opportunity to vault themselves up the league table. Hills United coming to this one in 8th position, the Stingrays in 12th. And for Hills, victories in their last 2 league games, 2 1-0 triumphs over the Rangers and the Ravens respectively. And now looking for 3 wins in a row in the league. So we are seeing the usual pre-match formalities involving the captains, Aisling Davidson for Hills and Chloe Middleton for the Stingrays. And now let's go through the lineups, starting with the home side. So in goal for them is number 1, Kiara Roche, number 2, Bronte True, number 6, Jasmine Lamont, number 7, Chloe Middleton, number 8, Ella Giles, number 13, Kayla Austin, number 16, Genevieve Nisbet, number 17, Adelaide Thompson, number 19, Annalise Grove, number 30, Lucy Baggio, and number 34, Brooklyn Hudson. So on the bench for the Stingrays, the backup keeper is Caitlin Russell. The others are Aileen Williams, Ruby Egan-Brown, Gemma Bishop, Annabella Pinkard, Lulu Lozano, and Logan Garrard. And the Stingrays are coached by Steve Gordon. Now, for Hills United, I'll hazard a guess at the way they'll line up their formation. In goal for them is number 20, Maddie Iro. At the back, number 17, Olivia Sloan. Number 25, Jessie Garrett. Number 3, the captain, Aisling Davidson. And number 5, Victoria Martin. In midfield is number 4, Charlotte Hogan. Number 16, Mary Standish-Floody. And number 7, Paula Boza. Up front for Hills, number 10, Bianca Zwerb. Number 8, Aya Sano. And number 18, Erin Tavares. On the Hills United bench, Zoe Edwards is the backup keeper. And the other bench options for the visitors, Zoe Murdoch, Tamsin Buchanan, Libby Morris, Natalie Kasher, Neve Burns, and Ellen Berrios. So, let's set the scene, and I'm not quite sure why we're waiting. My hearing isn't quite good enough to listen in to the conversation happening below us. And by the way, this is a great scaffold here on Lakelands Oval to give us an elevated view. But there was a game on Friday night in this competition. Also 2 games on Saturday. With a 1-1 draw in the Student Showdown yesterday at midday. The midday kickoff between UNSW and Sydney University. And last night at North Taramara Recreation Area, there was a bit of a stampede, and Bulls FC Academy defeating Northern Tigers by 2-0. This is one of 4 games scheduled for today. There's a 3:10 p.m. kickoff scheduled for the Arctic Circle. That's Ravens hosting Olympic. And 2 5 p.m. kickoffs as well. Western Sydney Wanderers Academy hosting RPL Leichhardt. And Rangers hosting MacArthur Rams is the other one. We might have a long sleeve issue here. Well, okay, so, well, I'm not sure what's happening. Well, okay, let's sort out that line. Let's figure out, let's have, I hope we'll see Mary Standish-Floody later, but she's trotted off to the bench. So, okay, in midfield for Hills alongside Charlotte Hogan. And Paula Boza will be number 11, Natalie Kasher, instead. Might want to get that clarified. Might try to get that clarified at halftime. Anyway, there's the whistle. Away we go. An early ball out to Baggio. I really appreciate your support of NPL Women's New South Wales and the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Illawarra Stingrays with a wonderful history in this competition. And Hills United, their first time in the top flight. So a bit of something old and something new. And Zwerb. Hills will pass it around the back. Looks like Bronte True leading the line and leading the press for the Stingrays. As it's a great first touch from Boza. Bronte True, from memory, returning to Stingrays. As in the state leagues, at least she's more well known for her feats with South Coast Flame of League One Women's and MacArthur Rams. But I believe she has played in her youth for the Stingrays as well. And of course, a nod to Bronte True's A-League experience with the Wanderers and with Perth Glory, as there's the touch off Garrett, and True, I think, will just happily settle for the throw. So that's going to be an interesting battle. Bronte True up against Jessie Garrett and Aisling Davidson. There's Nisbet. The throw into Baggio. Zwerb looking forward for Sano, and disrupted there. Disrupted by Giles. Okay, now Nisbet again. Genevieve Nisbet getting an early shoulder workout, as now it's Baggio up against Sloan. And Stingrays gradually advancing across or down the near touchline as we see things. And the flag's up. The flag is up against Baggio. So, of course, we are in the mid-season registration window. That closes on Tuesday. And you may have noted, I've never said, for Hills, those mid-season signings, Iasano and Mary Stanish-Floody. So Stanish-Floody returning to this competition after playing in the A-League with Canberra United. Strong tackle from Hogan there. Iasano started this season with St George FC of League One, but has moved up to the top tier for the remainder of the 2026 campaign. And as I look at the Stingrays matchday squad, there's the header, defensive header there, I think from Lamont. Now ball down the far side, and an early clearance into the crowd by Davidson. Look at the Stingrays. Bronte True, similarly, another A-League signing. Was with Perth Glory over the summer, and I think, testing the memory, because this move caught me up by surprise, I believe Logan Grant has just moved to the Stingrays from Camden Tigers. Apologies if I'm wrong. Now, tackle there from Hudson. And a throw in which Victoria Martin will take. And now, Hills, their turn to advance down their right-hand side. All the way, and this is definitely an attacking throw-in, and now for Hills. There you go. Rolled over the sideline by Middleton. Now short option provided by Kasha. And Martin with the delivery, which is interesting, and Hills cannot keep it alive because Middleton has broken it up and now will lead the counter-attack, and there could be as many as 5 forward in this attack for the Stingrays. Austin is one of them. Now True. And True, known as a very fast player, and the ball into the box. She gets some space away from one Hill central defender, but not from the other, and that's the first corner of the game. So it goes up to the far post. It's over the keeper. It's over everyone. Goal kick. Ira goes long. Badger going to be bringing it down uncontested and forward towards Middleton. Now Hogan could be under pressure. She's actually done well, losing her balance, and then actually got the return ball from Kasha as well. Now there's a bit of room on the right-hand side as the Hills look at things for Martin. Sano double mark, triple mark very quickly. So Aya Sano, who has already made her name known after scoring quite a few goals 2 years ago in League One Women's for Bankstown City. Earned an A-League contract with the Wanderers, which was injury. Fortunately cut that stint short before it ever got going. And then a good confident shout from the Stingrays keeper Kiara Roche. But Iasano, as I said, started the season in League One, or this 2026 winter season in League One with St George FC. Scored quite a few goals again, as she does. And that's what encouraged Hills to make a play for her services. Baggio back and Nisbet forward. Garrett, the header, and then a little flick. Nice flick from Sloan. Now Boza, Sano trying to be the target forward. Giles in close attention. Boza now held up by Baggio. So it's good defending from Baggio there, but Hills keeping it in Stingrays territory. Sloan more direct towards Tavares. It's a good header from Annie Grove. Now Middleton charges into Hills territory and now into the left side of the box with True. The cross is blocked by Garrett. And Martin away, but it'll only be temporary safety. Here's Annie Grove. And just a reminder, yes, there are two Annie Groves in Australian women's football. This is not the A-League keeper having a position change. This is Annalise Grove, not Annalee Grove. Yes, I know it can be confusing. Anyway, back to this Stingrays attack. Nisbet, the cross to the far post, and it's over Davidson. It's over a Stingrays player as well. Shot coming in, and Hudson, not quite the contact she wanted. But, promising nonetheless as Nisbet broke down the right-hand side. Cross kind of half cleared at best. For Hudson sprays it out and over the fence behind the goal to our right. Now, that's a nice ball from Sloan. And Sano drifting out to the left-hand side. What are our options like in the middle? Sano, it's advancing it. Almost possibly thought about a shot herself. Nice tidy tackle from Nisbet. Now this time Sano cannot get past Baggio, and Baggio really keen to shepherd it out. The ball didn't have enough momentum for that to be the case. Baggio again. Here's Nisbet. Now, there we go. Stingray. Well, they were doing well with the passing. It was broken up. Now Boza. Now it might deflect for Kasha. The shot is blocked by Middleton. Martin, I think she will shepherd it out for a throw-in on the far side. It's about 10th minute here in Dapto. 0-0 between Illawarra Stingrays and Hills United. Eric Subihano with the commentary for you this afternoon. Yes. That will go out for a goal kick. Talked about the Sapphire Cup earlier. Of course, must acknowledge the other quarterfinal which was played last week. Congratulations to NSW there. They're securing their first Sapphire Cup semi-final place with a 1-0 win over RPL Leichhardt at Lambert Park on Thursday night. And if you've been paying close attention to everything I've been saying, yes, that's correct. UNSW played on Thursday night and then played again on Saturday morning, or Saturday midday. So, yes. Those girls sleep in ice baths? I don't know. Well, they did well enough to secure a 1-1 draw on Saturday against the other uni, Sydney Uni, and UNSW, the only undefeated team left in NPL Women's New South Wales as Austin clears into the fence.
That pitch is all right there, Luke. They can just hold. Just hold in your plus one there, love.
Now that... Stingrays trying to make something happen with a quick throw, and then the infringement there. And we'll see. I think Bronte True will be okay. Just feeling a little bit sore, but only a little bit yet. Back to her feet. Lamont forward, headed away by Martin. As Middleton deeper, turns past Swerup and plays it out wide to Nisbet. Nisbet looks up, wants to find True, and Garrett taking no chances there. Sloan dispossesses Badjo, clears it to the centre of the field. Here's Middleton, getting plenty of touches as usual. Now Grove, that's off Hudson. Davidson not messing about there. Now, long-ish throw. Davidson heads away, and we'll get another throw in. This one's a bit shorter and bounce back to Grove. And Grove really got the contact she wanted. Might have been deflected in fairness. Hudson, the 1-2 broken up. And Hudson, decent win of the ball there, but Tavares just decides to get rid. Here's Giles. Giles going direct. Davidson, header away, and Giles gets the jump on her other number 8. But now Kasha and Tavares tried the quick pass. Sano drifted into some interesting space. Middleton's quick enough to intercept. Bossa, that's a nice play to get away from 2 players. Now through. Here's Swerup, edge of the box. Swerup shoots and saved by Roche. Only a little bobble. No real chance of a goal from the rebound. And let's say that's the first real save either keepers had to make. And Kiara Roche showing safe hands before absolutely bombing it into opposition territory. And now this might end up being a great ball for Bronte True. True, that's an excellent sliding tackle from Davidson. And then Nisbet, Nisbet, a rare loose touch from Genevieve Nisbet. It's good to see Genevieve Nisbet playing NPL these days. She's firmly said, remember 2nd or 3rd year at Stingrays, something like that, but for a long time, testing the memory banks here, for a long time a 2nd division player with Sutherland. As Giles cannot affect the sliding tackle, and now Sano left side of the box. Here's Sano still going, tight angle. That's a good save. Very good save from Cara Roche. They do say don't get beaten at the near post, and the Stingrays shot stopper certainly didn't. So first corner of the game going to the visitors. So I think that's Bozza. Just go on to the flag. Everyone back for Stingrays. Hills plays kind of spread out all over the penalty area, trying to shake off their markers. It's lofted up. Keeper stays on a line. Garrett can't really get the touch, and Middleton doesn't clear it. So that's Tavares. It's blocked. Hogan looking to recycle. Goes back to Martin. That's the chance for the Stingrays to step up. And Martin takes on Thompson. Now Tavares. Now there you go. I was wondering if Martin was offside. That's off Stingray, so Martin can't be offside here. And cross, which is kind of played out for a goal kick. Now, that's opened up for Nisbet. So Hills chasing back is True, trying to get the touch and get away from Garrett. There is support. Broken up by Kasha. That's nice work from Kasha. Bossa. And now, Zwerb. Zwerb didn't get the time she was looking for to play that pass. And ball with the host once again. Thompson back to Lamont. 17th minute here. 0-0 between the Stingrays and Hills. True. It's the turns, and it's Sloan blocking her attempted pass. I think she was looking for Baggio. Now a run from Grove, and then Grove has just given Austin way too much of a task that time. So a goal kick it is. Okay, so short play to Sloan, and now Sloan switching it to right in front of us with Zwerb. Zwerb should be Giles' ball, but Giles might have given it straight back to Zwerb. Now Bozza, more quick passing from Hills and to the edge of the box. Sano looks to play in Bozza, and Bozza, that's a nice sliding tackle from Lamont. And Hills' second corner of the game coming up. Go. As you would expect, the two centre-backs, Garrett and Davidson, up from the back, hoping to get there. Well, Jesse Garrett scored the winner against Ravens a couple of weekends ago. Oh, sorry, it might have been last weekend. Time very busy at this time of season. Time flies. Anyway, to the near post this time, and kind of blocked at the first post, but Bozza with a chance to play it back in. It's swinging. And I think Roche just about had it covered. It skims the roof of the net. Was it a cross? Was it a shot? Who knows, but it's a goal kick. Now, we'll go long, and Martin decides just to head it into the crowd. Now, of course, for those of you who love multi-screening, just a reminder, we are getting to the end of the League One Women's Match of the Round as well. That was a 2 p.m. kickoff at Ernie Smith Reserve between SD Raiders and Newcastle Jets. That's the two of the promotion contenders there. Martin shepherds it out for a goal kick. But let's see, we do love going around the grounds, and so far, courtesy of our wonderful YouTube channel, I can tell you SD Raiders midway through the second half leading the Jets by 2-0. So that's a big one there in the promotion battle. And meanwhile, at the Arctic Circle, it's the Ravens leading Olympic by 1-0. And then runs away from Hills. So the quick throw, True, and True has it taken off her by Davidson. Now, I think it was Annie Grove on the far side has shown some reasonable long throw ability. They look like they're setting up for a short-tur throw, the Stingrays. Now Hudson. A couple of backwards passes to find the open player. Hills gradually stepping up. Now it's with Middleton and back with the centre backs. This is room for Giles. And it's had to go all the way back to O'Shea. Giles didn't like what was in front of her. So I'll go back and start again. Of course, now the pressure arrives from Sano, and then the ball between defenders. Garrett's been dragged out of the middle, but Garrett with a foot in there against Baggio. Then Garrett outside of the foot. Borsar loops it over Nisbet. That's a nice play. And now one for Giles to chase. Sano's in attendance, and Giles, no chances taken there. So there's engines rev in the background. It's just like being in Western Sydney. It's just like calling a game at Spartans. Garrett looked for Kasha, and Kasha was lunging and could only play it into the Hills technical area. Forward from Sloan. Sano, it's off Giles, and Kasha was quick enough to keep it alive. Now Iasano into the box. Little step over, and Iasano hit the outside of the post. And that's the closest either side has come to an opening goal. And the defence backing off Sano. He's millimetres away from opening the scoring. Okay, as Cara Roche gets us back underway, forward from Middleton, and now Davidson just a little look before keeping it away from the Stingrays. Just a little quicker scroll of the socials. I can tell you the opening goal in that League One Women's Match of the Round via that League One Women's Match of the Round between SD Raiders and the Jets. The opening goal, just a real premium strike from Abigail Bogue. And Abigail Bogue also plays futsal for SD Raiders in the summer as part of the team that helped SD Raiders win a Futsal Premier League 2 Open Women's Championship last season. Oh, I'm on a futsal tangent. That's dangerous. Anyway. Here's Giles. Now, Hogan sweeps it up. There's a wide open play to the right, but instead Bozza didn't want to play it out there. So Hogan with more conservative passing. Instead, Davidson, Tavares, now Kasha. Davidson. Now down the line, kept it alive. Tavares. And still hasn't gone out. So here's Grove. Now True, nice skill to secure the ball. And it's back with Giles. Now Giles forwards, it's off Baggio, and now the block from Middleton. Yes. we go. Yeah, there we go. When in doubt, throw it down the line. Sloan gains about 15 metres. And by the way, into the 26th minute here. And this game between the Stingrays and Hills still waiting for its first goal. Sano glides past two players, and then it's Limon stepping in front of Tavares to break it up. There's a needed defensive intervention for the host there. Now forward, and Sloan, well, not quite the contact she wanted. At least it stopped any potential counter-attack. There you go. Stingray's turn to gain about 15 metres with a throw down the line. There we go. And again, so now into Hills territory. Swear. The Hills. Oh, it was, I think Bozza inadvertently deflected it away from Sano. It's still with Hills, but not for long, as Thompson steps in. And then, just the unfortunate one is Middleton nearly slipped over. And that's gone out before bending back in. So you just got to keep an eye on that spot near halfway. Middleton's accidentally left a reasonable sized divot there. Now, Hudson has three options with her. Instead, finds Davidson with a left-footed clearance. Here's Davidson, bombs it, and that's uncomfortably close to our scaffold, Aisling. But we will get away with this one. And just say that because the first two games I called this season, in each of those had clearances hit the part of the scaffold right in front of the camera. So that wasn't that close, to be honest. I'm not mad at you, Aisling, don't worry. Anyway, attacking throw-in. And Nisbet finds Hudson. Played out by Sloan. Now, strong win, and Thompson will aim for that top corner. It floats over. Ira didn't look too bothered. Now, this goal kick. Goes a big lunge by Grove to keep it in, and now Davidson can't link up. Now flags up against Bronte True. Flag is up. Jumped a little bit too early. Now, does this work out for Hills? Bozza trying to keep it moving. Lamont has done it well. Cool. Kept a composure with Sano closing her down. Middleton forward. Martin with the foot in there, but True trying to secure it and has won the free kick. So, in detail, they're going to assume, I'd hope, there are some Stingrays fans tuning in. So perhaps a bit of a plug for upcoming Sapphire Cup quarter-final stream. So the Stingrays, a short turnaround. They'll be in action Tuesday night. They travel to North Taramara Recreation Area. And we'll hold that thought because let's see how this works out with Grove. Now True. has won the corner. But yes, just briefly. Just briefly, yes. Tuesday, 26th of May, 7 p.m. kickoff at North Taramara. Northern Tigers versus Illawarra Stingrays. That's a Sapphire Cup quarterfinal. And Annabelle Banfield will have the commentary for you there from the mound. In North Taramara. It's not big enough to be called a hill. It's the delivery, and Davidson needed, because I think it was Giles who was poised to head it in from about a yard out. Davidson concedes another corner. By the way, and the last of the Sapphire Cup quarterfinals for this season, Wednesday, 27th of May, 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Western Sydney Wanderers Academy versus Manly United from Rudy Hill. And that'll be called by Emily Arnold. Now, decent delivery and a free header there, which leads to a comfortable grab from Iro. I think it was Badger with the header towards goal. Now, I think advantage might have been played here as Saino is dispossessed by Hudson. And Tavares may not be happy with the decision not to blow the whistle there. We'll have a throw in it just past halfway as they see things. And lengthen that throw in, and Saino might have gotten the jump here, but in the corner, and that is definitely going to be a foul. And hopefully Saino isn't feeling too sour after that challenge from Jasmine Lamont. It's a good set-piece opportunity for Hills coming up. Two in the wall. Set by Roche. There's also Nisbet guarding the near post. So, floated to the far post. Davidson's up there. And goes out to the back. Retrieved by Tavares. Now, I think that's Baggio charging down the field right in front of us. Decent ball towards True. First touch takes her a little bit wide. There's Austin making a run to the far post. Ball won't get there. Courtesy of Garrett's block. Corner number 5 for the hosts. 33rd minute? Possibly 34th minute here in Adapto. Stingrays 0, Hills United 0. And it's Eric Subihano with the commentary. Thompson signals and delivers. There's a header from Lamont. Now Middleton will retrieve it. Plays it in, and then I think Swearham knew to leave that rather than make a play it. The ball dropping basically into the shadow of the crossbar. Out for a goal kick. Shout out to Lockie who's tuning in and suggested we refer to the North Taramara Recreation Area commentary position as the grassy knoll. Approved. Yep, that's what I'm doing from now on. Love a nickname for venues, or even parts of venues in this instance. Most famously, the home ground for Spirit FC, Gladesville Ravens, and Gladesville Ride Magic, which I only refer to as the Arctic Circle. I actually refuse to use the government name for that ground. As Nisbet plays it back to Roche, and Roche almost played it into Swearham, I think it was. Now this should work out for Sloan. Saino with a pocket of space. And Saino now, Bozza will look for the curler, and then the flag is up, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. But I say we won't have the offside, will go on, because the ball was with the Stingrays anyway. Roche. Now Martin, a little bit of a miss kick. That's a nice tackle from Hogan. And now that definitely can't play out. Now, Hogan doesn't make contact that time. Now, long range shot coming up, and Ira knows that's going wide. Now, of course, my usual plug, I like to do this at least once per half. Keep an eye out on our social media pages at NPL NSW_official, and there's also an NPL New South Wales Facebook page. Every Monday, we release the NPL Women's New South Wales Team of the Week, comprised of 3, 2, 1 votes from the media for these games. I must say, it is nice when you don't have the last game, because when you call the last game of the round, then you're under pressure to submit your votes immediately. But there are 2 5 p.m. games, so should be fine in this case. It's over Martin. Nice run from Hudson, and then Davidson booms that almost onto the field behind that clubhouse / canteen / toilet block. Hogan following Hudson and able to disrupt things, but also disrupting things, Thompson. Now, here's Middleton. And Davidson, well, that's another clearance onto the roof of the building. Okay, so better go back for a Stingrays free kick. To the 38th minute here. And the scores still goalless. Now Middleton, under pressure from Swerb, has the wider option, who is Nisbet. Now run from outside to in by Badger, tracked by Sloan, good defending. Garrett. And sent a very good first touch. I think from Steve Gordon. Stuck his left boot out, killed it. Ended up about a metre in front of him. Perfect. Anyway, this is the decisions gone the way of the hosts. Hudson floats it in, far post, and a little foot in there from Martin. Therefore, Hogan does get it towards Sano. Is there a counter-attacking opportunity? Cal Roche urging her teammates to delay, but Victoria Martin not interested in slowing things down, but the ball's just gotten away from her at the end there. And the ref not happy with where Annie Grove tried to take that throw-in from. So we take 2 for this particular throw-in. By the way, in case you're wondering, yes, Annie is related to Sasha Grove, the Canberra United star. Back to the keeper, and Roche plays it out. Now he'll see the cue to press. Middleton, can she shift it quickly? She does, and now Thompson will get away from Kasha here. Now spreads it, and a flag is up. The flag is up for offside against Kayla Austin. So I'll just drip feed up the plug for next weekend's women's streams. Perhaps before the first half ends, 40th minute. Currently the situation, but yes, Saturday 30th of May from the Arctic Circle. Again, we like to call the Arctic Affray. It's Spirit versus Ravens, and now here's a chance for Iasano Giles. the foot in there. Sano just couldn't settle the ball in time, but just before we get this corner, yes, Saturday 30th of May, 3 p.m. from the Arctic Circle, Spirit versus Ravens, as part of the usual Spirit women's and men's first grade doubleheader. And I believe, for what it's worth, on Saturday 30th of May at 5:30 p.m., the Spirit men's team is playing RPL Leichhardt. Now, only True left up for any potential counterattack by the Stingrays. As it's played in, and the header from Zwerb, and it might break for Tavares. Tavares doesn't get the contact right. It will stay in, though. So Boza left-footed, and it's going to float over the bar. And it had Roche worried. Stuck out a gloved hand. The ball goes over. Yes, also... And for next weekend's NPL Women's New South Wales streams, Sunday 31st of May, 2:40 p.m. I'll be heading to Northbridge Oval to call a rematch of a semi-final from last year. That's Bulls versus Rangers. 3 p.m. on Sunday the 31st. It's the Picton Road Plate, Macarthur Rams versus Illawarra Stingrays. And 4:50 p.m. on Sunday 31st, it's the Hannah McNulty melee between RPL Leichhardt and Northern Tigers from Lambert Park. As Hogan will find Boza. There are options here. There's a bit of room as well. Through to Sano inside the box. Sano, again, cannot get past Giles. As I wouldn't trust my corner counts at the best of the times. I think that's corner number 4 for Hills. And by the way, Sunday 31st of May, 5 p.m. It's Manly versus Sydney University from Cromer Park, called by Emily Arnold. Well, for Hills United, their next game, Sunday 31st of May, 5:30 p.m. at Valentine Sports Park. Hills face UNSW. A preview for a Sapphire Cup semi-final, because those two have been drawn into Cup semi-finals as well. Boza signals. It's up. Garrett's challenging, and it's deflected into the 6-yard box, and then very much not in the 6-yard box anymore because of Middleton. True's quick, so Sloane's got to be alert. And yes, well, Sloane clears into the scaffold, but the lower part of the scaffold, that doesn't worry me that much. Yes, and then good defending by Sloane, and Middleton trying to take a quick throw with the slight caveat that it was actually a Hills ball. And yes, finally, Sunday 31st of May, 5:40 p.m. from the Crest, Sydney Olympic versus Western Sydney Wanderers Academy. That is next weekend's match of the round, so you'll enjoy the dulcet tones of Annabelle Banfield, I think. Hope she's available for that one. And also you will have Maeve Sparrow on the NPL New South Wales Instagram for all the good social media work. Played forward by Lamont. Nisbet. Pass a little bit under hit, which allowed Boza to step in. And then that's when, played out of Boza for a Stingrays throw. Now. Okay. Hudson. Good tackle from Hogan. Now Hudson's found the wide option. That's Baggio. And Baggio headed away at the near post by Garrett. Swung in by Nisbet, and Hogan cushions it for Boza. Sloan, that's a good ball out to Sano by the end. Tavares wants the perfectly timed through ball, and it might be timed well. Tavares round the keeper, brought down. Now what's the decision? And it's a red card for Kiara Roche. Denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity. And that could be the game-changing moment. What a ball from Aya Sano to find Erin Tavares' run. Tavares beat Roche to the ball. And the contact outside the box led to the inevitable conclusion of a red card. So we'll have a stoppage. So Caitlin Russell getting ready in a rush to come on and go in goal for the Stingrays for the remainder of this contest. And a fan calling for a yellow clearly doesn't know the rules. So If it was inside the box, it could have been a yellow, but no. So, well, Bozza will actually have a bit longer than usual to contemplate this free kick because Stingrays have to get a keeper on first. It's going to be Genevieve Nisbet who will make way. So, and, well, Caitlin Russell, or ever the goalkeeper, not even on the field yet, but already organising the wall, so we'll have 4 on the wall, presumably. And it's on Genevieve Nisbet, the unlucky party that has to be substituted so Caitlin Russell can come onto the field. And really, this is a big moment. Into first half stoppage time, there'll be a little bit more because of this stoppage for the red card. Now, Bozza seemed very interested in this set piece. I think she was almost running to the ball before the red card was even shown. Now, here we go. Russell is ready, and Martin's also over the dead ball. Runs over it. Bozza side foots it straight at Russell. Curled into the sub-keeper's gloves. And that's the first difficulty survived for the Stingrays. How will they reshuffle? Of course. Looks like for the time being, of course, halftime is nearly upon us, so there'll be a chance to properly reshuffle for Steve Gordon at the break, but Lucy Badger has gone to right back for now, replacing the gap left because Genevieve Nisbet has been taken off the field. Okay. And I think that's Steve Gordon reshuffling on the fly as well. Header there from Grove. Into the fence. Now, going to be another break here, and Sano can't chop past Middleton. So corner number 5 for Hills.
Get rid of that last play. Yeah, get back front and get rid of it.
Now it's swung in. Zwerb challenging. Does it break for Sano? Doesn't break for any of them. Cleared. And a glance at the watch. Followed by the halftime whistle. So it's 0-0 between Illawarra Stingrays and Hills United as the teams head to the dressing sheds. A big talking point, that red card that we just saw for Stingrays keeper Kiara Roche. But Stingrays still very much in the contest. And there'll be 45 more minutes of fascinating football coming up shortly. So Eric Subihano with the commentary here from Lakelands Oval. We'll take a break of about 10 minutes or so. And then we'll be back for the second half. See you soon.
That's what you want. You don't want it to be pretty even too.
I've already confirmed.
Hey, welcome back to our coverage of NPL Women's New South Wales Round 12 from Lakelands Oval in Dapto. Currently 0-0 between Illawarra Stingrays and Hills United. The second half about to get underway with the Stingrays down to 10 players, courtesy of a red card late in the opening period to the keeper Kiara Roche. So the backup shot stopper Caitlin Russell is in goal. And I would say it does. In truth, it does favour Hills United, but we can all count plenty of times where a team down to 10 players has managed to get results seemingly against the odds, so certainly Alan Tassis and co will know that this one is far from over. I actually for once did my due diligence before going back on air, so Hills United have definitely not made any subs there as they were to begin this game, and I'm pretty confident that it's a similar situation for Stingrays. Now, Thompson has a look to see the options. Heading down the left-hand side, a little touch off Hogan, and might still be on here. Prodded through and intercepted by the Hills captain. And Aisling Davidson sends one into the fence. Yes. So, of course, this is also a chance to figure out how Stingrays have reshuffled after the red card. So, it's actually the player about to take this throw-in who was moved to right back to finish the first half after Lucy Badger started on the right wing, but I think I overheard an instruction that Lucy Badger might be at right back for now on, but will still try and get forward as much as possible. Have to wait and see, actually. You know what? I'm always good for at least one mistake in the game. Possibly more of a back three for the Stingrays now. As it's long and then headed sideways by Annie Grove. Bozza and now Hogan to Sloan. Nice touch from Bozza. And might open up here for Kasha. Kasha will go wide to Martin. That ball escapes Martin there. So, what do you still looking at a Stingrays formation, almost like a 3-5-1, roughly, with some reasonably attacking wingers. Bozza dinks one through, and Swear was in there, so is Kasha, so is Tavares. Tavares secures the ball, and Giles with a textbook sliding tackle out for a corner kick. Garrett and Davidson heading up from the back. And by the way, final score from the League One Women's Match of the Round, SD Raiders 4, Newcastle Jets 1, as Bozza signals. Delivers, and there's the header from Swear, it's dipping, and it's caught. Nice hands on the line from Russell, and always a tricky one when you're a sub-keeper. You say all subs got to be ready to come on at any moment. Let's be realistic about this. Sub-keepers don't expect to come on, so Russell has made 2 saves so far and done it pretty well. No handling errors or bobbles, second chances, stuff like that. So promising early signs for the Stingrays, number 21. As, by the way, early in the second half, at the Arctic Circle, it's 1-1 between Ravens and Olympic. as Austin slides in. Martin settles for the throw. And long throw, Grove heads into the Stingrays technical area. Just a reminder, 2 NPL Women's New South Wales games scheduled for 5 p.m. today. Rangers hosting Macarthur Rams, of course. And Wanderers Academy hosting Apia. Aimed left, Sloan will chase. Giles gets there first, and it's a nice, calm pass out to Budgel. Now, this one, Garrett's got to hurry, and it just clears into the crowd. Yes. Hudson can't get past. I think that was Zwerab making the tackle. Hudson chasing. Sano. And Martin very interested in getting the ball. Sano has it broken up, took too long. That's Sano slowing Thompson down at least. Davidson back to Sano. Now Hogan, by the way, sick. Zwerab not moving quite freely, but still able to be on her feet and receive this pass. And that's too far in front of any of her teammates. So, at least as I see things, there's Caitlin Russell with a left-footed bomb into opposition territory, and via Hill's boot, it's Middleton. Now Garrett takes over, got in front of True. Garrett. Now, Zwerab cushioned it for Sanu, then is dispossessed. Zwerab was hit a little bit late. Will go on with Garrett defending against True. Now, work back to Davidson. Davidson couldn't quite find Martin, but it's Kasha keeping it alive. And now Tavares. Davidson sees the opportunity to go longer. Zwerab couldn't find Sano, and it's Middleton cleaning it up. Davidson anticipated well. Now Kasha. Martin. And now Sano trying to drift inside now, back onto the right foot. Shoots, and that will go wide of the target, but decent. Good quick feet to even get the shot away. How's the Stingrays looking? Caitlin Russell's in goal. That much I know. But mostly roughly 3 at the back, which would be number 19, Annie Grove, number 6, Jasmine Lamont, number 8, Ella Giles, more or less. Midfield, central midfield would be number 7, Chloe Middleton, number 17, Adelaide Thompson, and then ahead of those two, number 34, Brooklyn Hudson, with number 13, Kayla Austin on the left, and number 13, Lucy Badger on the right. And up front, number 2, Bronte True. So that's basically my view of how they've reshuffled. Now, worked to Austin. Now, Davidson curls one forward. It's anticipated by Lamont. Now, Sano. And Sano to Tavares. Tavares slams one into Grove. We'll try again. Grove wasn't beaten. Good wide defending. And that'll be a throw-in right in front of the Stingrays technical area for Annie Grove. By the way, for Hills United, there as they were to begin this game. So what's that? Maddie Arrow in goal. We've got number 5, Victoria Martin. Number 3, Aisling Davidson. Number 25, Jessie Garrett, and number 17, Liv Sloan at the back. In midfields, number 4, Charlotte Hogan. Number 11, Natalie Kasha. And number 7, Paula Bossa. And in attack, number 8, Aya Sano. Number 10, Bianca Zwerab. Number 18, Erin Tavares. Forward towards Sano. Lamont in close attendance. And Lamont just eyes on the ball and making sure Sano went no further. 54th minute here, 0-0 between Stingrays and Hills. And 3 valuable points, or depending on how you want to see things, 12 valuable club championship points up for grabs. Here's Martin. Bozza, neat flick into the box, finds Sano to the byline. Sano slams it into the middle. Kasha tries to keep it alive, blocked at the near post, still alive, and then Russell at the second attempt has grabbed onto it. So I think you have to give Russell credit for an excellent reflex save. And she's moving quickly to get on with it, but that will not result in a Stingrays counter-attack. Away. Actually, at halftime I was off to do some, well, this is as close to investigative journalism as I'll ever get, but if you're watching from the start of the broadcast wondering why Mary Standish Floody was about to start the game and then did not, that's you see Mary's wearing a cast on her arm. The ref didn't approve it, so they had to make a quick switch, and that's why Natalie Kasha started the game instead in the Hills midfield. As the game hadn't started yet, my understanding is that does not count as a substitution. So that's, yes. Wow, I did journalism for once. So in battling away and winning the battle, Sano has managed to turn past Giles, and it's going to be 3-4 in this attack as the pink jerseys race back to defend. Sano will get to the edge of the box. Sano can't trick her way past Lamont, who was patient and held the opponent up for as long as possible till the help arrived in the form of Giles to clear the ball. And Giles forward now does stay in. True uses her body looking for support. Now it's Middleton forward. Davidson off the bounce, and Davidson read it perfectly. Well, no, not really collides. Blocked by Middleton. Kasha. And Kasha sails one out of play. Now, they generally are at the time when teams like to make subs. So let's do a reminder of the players on the bench for the respective teams as ball flicks off the VO pole. Good to see it's well secured. And so for Hills, Zoe Edwards is the backup keeper. Zoe Murdoch and Tamsin Buchanan are usually defenders. Libby Morris is a midfielder. Neve Burns and Ellen Barrios are forwards. Davidson, keep it in. Down the line she goes. Now for the Stingrays and Adelaide Thompson. I'll hold that thought as there's a chance in the middle. Hudson's open, flicked away by Davidson. Martin is the one playing the pass out of the box. And Hudson had made a great untracked run. And Davidson leaping to deny the chance. Now we go the other way. Sano's lacking support. It's a tight angle. Sano still has it. Will cross the box, and then Bozza didn't get the contact wanted. Nice link-up play there between Sano and Bozza, though. Shot goes wide. Those Stingray subs we could see later on. Because I imagined we will see I'd like to think we'd see Aileen Williams and Ruby Egan Brown, a couple of attackers at some point. Possibly even Logan Gerard. There's usually some kind of attacking midfielder or forward from memory. And the other Stingrays substitutes Gemma Bishop, Annabella Pinkard, and Lulu Lozano. Zwerb. And can't find a way out. So I think that's Hudson curling it forward to True. And True. Now it's lots of room for Budgel. True, stayed on side. Chops onto a left foot. Davidson gets rid of the cutback, but it's good to stop the ball from Hudson, and some shoulder feints that lead to a corner for Stingrays. And chances like this, especially valuable when you're down to 10 players. As I can see right below us, off frame, but Ruby Egan Brown is about to enter the fray wearing the number 12 jersey for the home side. Now, it's up and headed. Headed was Giles winning the header. And safe hands from Matty Iro. The score remains at 0-0 between Illawarra Stingrays and Hills United. Close to the hour mark here. It's a great kick out from Iro and then cushions it for Martin. Now Swerab and Sano's made the run. Sano chops it past Middleton, but not past the second defender, and then it's Middleton. And Middleton, great run, and now the Stingrays got numbers here. Here's True, held up by Garrett. Now here's Chloe Middleton. Still Middleton, blocked by Davidson. And Davidson again lunging, preventing the cross. Yeah, so Stingray sub. So it's going to be Kayla Austin who makes way. This is the second substitution. It's also the second window. And so only, as I understand it, only one window left for the Stingrays, but Ruby Egan Brown replacing Kayla Austin. That's going to be a straight swap. I think Ruby Egan Brown just kind of the widest attacker on the left, if that makes sense. Garrett sends it forward. Sano can pick it out of the sky, which is darkening, but the floodlights are on. So finish this game in plenty of light. Of course, that's just as well because the under-23s game between Stingrays and Hills straight after this one, so 5 p.m. or possibly a little bit later, depending on exactly when this one finishes. Measured pass by Sloan out to Tavares. And then Sano by the far touchline in front of the spectators. Now, inside run from Kasha. Le Mans got there first. And clears to safety. Hudson strong in the one-on-one defending. Plays it forward and then... Who's the touch off? It's off Hills. Now, Hogan, good foot in there, and there's room for Swerab, and Martin already charging forward from right back. Fast might be a bit too far in front of her, and almost caught a Kira Grove for some reason. The only Grove Up sister I've never seen play. Anyway, Annie Grove starts this move, and True will head to the byline. It's Bronte True, and then into the keeper it goes. And then, not sure what the appeals are for, but it's Iro quick throw to Martin. Does get a touch of the ball now. Sano. Sano. And Bossa. And Egan Brown already into the action with a couple of tackles. That's a nice ball from Bossa, so Grove's got to hurry again. Swerab gets up first, and then Grove does prevent the cross. Egan Brown under pressure and loses out to the two opponents. Martin and now Kasha, first time ball. Sano, does she pass or shoot? Passes, and now on the far side, here's Tavares, and Tavares denied by an excellent save from Caitlin Russell. Headed by Davidson. Now. There you go. Such a great first touch from Thompson. I was just admiring the way she took it out of the sky. Garrett denies Egan Brown a chance then. Sloan walks the tightrope on the far side. Now Bozza. And Hogan are not taking any risks. And in fact, Middleton's been pinged for the late contact on Charlotte Hogan. Now the restart, and Brooks for Tavares. That's the touch of Baggio. Baggio clears into that big fence. There we go, restart, then Middleton with the defending. Now, actually we'll bring it back for Stingrays free kick. And actually a card as well has been shown, possibly to Charlotte Hogan. So, Hudson dropping deeper. Now, Stingrays decent spell of possession, and now Middleton once again. Lots of room. Through, and Davidson gets a touch. True still has it anyway. Wants to advance to the edge of the box. Blocked by Martin. Away by Kasha. Martin. That is a very long throw. And Sano couldn't make it stick. So Victoria Martin, I mean, it wasn't not exactly Megan Campbell territory, but very decent, better than decent distance on the throw. She'll try again, and Sano, of course, he can't be offside from a throw. So Sano sneaking behind the defense. Now cannot get past two players. Hogan looking to recycle. Martin. And then Egan Brown defending. And now wants to make a sub. Now, as I understand, it's the final window. So Lucy Badger, good productive shift out on the right-hand side for the Stingray. So Lucy Badger makes way. Who's the... Aileen Williams is on. Now Logan Garrard is also wanting to come on. Yeah, Martin restarts. But Stingray's ball, but, well, not for long. No risk taken by Grove. Now it's into Middleton, and that's expected head injury. And then we're going to have the physio. And you know, it's really tense time. Actually, there was the signal to come on. But Now, what's the discussion? Okay, so I mean, sometimes I would like contested drop balls to come back, but anyway, Hills United in possession once again. Decent ball from Martin to Kasha. Swerve crosses into a crowd. It's cleared. Decent header, and it's another second header. Oh, does it break for Swerve? Not quite. And a little slip from Grove, but Egan Brown is there to help. Egan Brown, and, well, clearing it to the edge of your own box. A little bit risky, but true. Good eye candidate to run it out of trouble, and now finds Williams for her first touch, I believe, since coming on as a sub. There we go. Now, that's Thompson. Tried to judge it as best as he can. Swear working hard to get back in defence. And then you go possession play as the game still waits for its first goal into the final 20 minutes of regulation time here. And as that will be intercepted by True, but then True gave Hogan a chance. And then they'll go on as Sloan plays it straight into a defender now. This game's getting quite stretched. 1-on-1, it's Egan Brown and fakes the cross. Hill's trying to get back, and now at the near post is Williams, and Williams side netting. And it's one of those ones. I think some people on the other side of the ground thought for a moment that had gone in. Bronte True has been booked, I think, for some late contact, shall we say, on Charlotte Hogan, who I believe I couldn't quite see that in the stream when I tried to click back. Check back on it. I think Charlotte Hogan has also been booked. Zwerb looking for Bozar, and Bozar. That's it. Okay, shirt pulled by Middleton. Yes, just about able to pick that up. By the way, Paula Bozar's collar moves sideways for a moment. Hill's free kick, which Davidson will take. That's up, and Stingrays win the second ball. Tavares dinks it in. Kasha's made the run. Kasha almost got there. Cleared by Hudson, I think it is. Davidson moving forward to Martin. Now keep it wide, and then out by Annie Grove as someone in a Stingrays polo with red hair takes photos from the sideline. There is a non-zero chance that's Kira Grove, by the way. Anyway, the throw-in comes in. And that will... Okay, so that, I think it's Hudson making way. Logan Gerard is onto the field, or as friend of NPL Women's New South Wales coverage Lockie says, former Laramie County Community College player Logan Gerard. We'll have a college Matilda here, an Australian woman who has played college soccer in the United States. Yes. Now, deflects off Martin, and Gerard first touch is a good one. Middleton is away here, and Chloe Middleton decides to play it across the face of goal, and Williams wasn't keeping up with play. Oh, well, to be fair, I'm sorry, Aileen. I shouldn't have blamed her for that. Said Williams was a bit too far in front of Williams. That's the way I should have phrased that. Apologies. As Bronte True feeling sore down in back play, That's all happening here. Tamsin Buchanan getting ready to come on for Hills. Now some physio is on to attend to Bronte True, as at least is up to her feet. So True will have to leave the field because the physio is called on. So that means for the time being, Stingrays will be hoping that is quite a brief time. Stingrays down to 9 players. But I don't actually, well, now they're testing out Bronte True. So here we go. Can Hills take advantage? Now, that's brought down by Bozar, and then foot in there. But Kasha will find Zwerb in space, near side. Zwerb can't wrap a foot around it, I think. Easy catch by Russell, and True is back onto the pitch, not exactly moving freely. Garrett. And, that's great skill. Love a ball playing centre back, but then the second defender, Garrett loses the ball. So is there a gap perhaps the Stingrays can exploit? There's some space out wide. I think that's Williams delivering the ball. True, the touch that goes backwards, and Hogan kind of deflects it off. Kasha, let's call that an inadvertent flick on by Kasha. And Borsa. Swear. Now Sano pocketed a little pocket of space. Can't really get away past Lamont, but Zwerb not allowing Stingrays a way out. Here's Martin. Martin crosses. Man, keeper catches the ball. Of course, one more plug, probably before we're done here, because we're into the final quarter of an hour. Yes, on Monday, the NPL Women's New South Wales Team of the Week will be released on our social media channels at NPL NSW_official. On Instagram, there's also an NPL New South Wales Facebook page, and the Women's Team of the Week comprised of the 3-2-1 votes from the media, as good shift from Bianca Zwerb out wide for Hills. She gets a well-earned early mark. She will be replaced by number 15, Tamsin Buchanan. So I did say Buchanan usually a defender, actually, although she can play kind of in the right side of a front three, and I think that is what she's doing on this occasion as the direct replacement for Zwerb. Now it's up, and Egan Brown held up by Martin. It's a corner, as Egan Brown couldn't. Egan Brown could not kind of really get the better of Martin that time, but there is still a chance for Stingrays. So Thompson is by the flag to deliver the latest set piece. Up to the near post, and it's headed up, but Sloan, it's up for grabs. Headed off. That's a goal line clearance, I reckon. And whoever it was, they might have saved the day for Hills. In fact, Sloan is down, so we're going to have a pause as there is some treatment. So while Liv Sloan is attended to, of course, you've got to take even the slightest suspected head injury with the utmost seriousness. And this is Jesse Garrett, who's going to drop pretty much on the goal line. Jesse Garrett won the duel to to keep the ball out. Now, well, I've just seen the score at the Arctic Circle. Oh, it's not time to say it. Ravens 1, Olympic 4, with about 10 minutes to go there. Well, did not expect to see that. Egan Brown helps it on, and Martin judges it correctly. There's enough momentum for it to roll over the byline. Sloan wants to come on, but as per the regulation, she'll have to enter the field. I don't know if she's got to go to halfway first, but yeah, she couldn't enter the field from the goal line. Pretty sure that never seen that happen before. Yeah, okay. So Hills back to the full complement of players, and Sloan going back to the left side of the Hills back line. Now, Bozza up and over. Russell, good starting position. Sweeper keeper work, but almost gave it away. Russell, now out of the box, but with a weaker right foot. Clears it, and then Garrett tried to score from halfway, and Russell was back in time. Well, wouldn't that have been a way to break the deadlock? Jesse Garrett saw the opportunity and didn't want to hit it too hard. We've seen speculative shots from halfway go anywhere but the goal, so I think it was on target, but it's another Caitlin Russell save. Garrett. And Garrett dinks one. And Buchanan gets the ball, gets away from her. Egan Brown battling with Martin. Martin plays it over the sideline. Oh, well. Don't normally, actually I'll just, as that is played forward, and Middleton, which is up against two and is given away to Bozza, so Tavares is on a bike through the middle. Sano could be an option as well, so it passes aim wide. Middleton will run back to prevent Sano getting the ball. I don't normally talk about men's football while calling a women's stream. I'll make an exception for this scoreline. Rockdale, Illingdon 0, Wanderers Academy 5 in NPL Men's New South Wales. That's at the Illingdon Sports Centre, closing minutes of that one. Did not expect that. Don't know if that means anything to any of you, to be honest. Lemon heeds the shouts, and Russell takes over. 83rd minute here. Buchanan floats one. Martin keeps it in. Gives Grove something to head, and Grove absolutely, definitely heads that one. Meanwhile, Ellen Barrios is getting ready to make a late cameo. The jacket's off, the bib's off. Ellen is ready to go. Now Bozza, that's a great ball to Sloan. Sloan, good to see. No ill effects seemingly after that earlier knock. Sloan cannot get it back from Tavares. But it's Williams. Now forward goes Garrett. First touch in front of her. And Williams with the sliding challenge defending from the front. Now, Bozza to Kasha. There's a bit of room. Kasha, I think she thought about the shot. Decide opt for possession play. Buchanan swings it in, left-footed, and that's swinging towards Russell. By the way, as Russell just running it out. Bit of a keeper run, and the ball will end up hitting the Hills dugout. Now, Martin, well-deserved break, and Ellen Barris will come on. And she'll be on the right side of the Hills attack for the remainder of this contest. Ellen Barrios, Tamsin Buchanan has gone to right back. So she did play in defence eventually. I was correct in a very roundabout sort of way. Aimed down the line, and Sano with a rather unsubtle push on Annie Grove. Now, by the way, for those of you interested in teams from this league signing A-League players, well, one is definitely not a shock. Oh, Claudia Chico's return to Apia. Who could have seen that coming? She's on the bench for their game against the Wanderers. That starts at 5 p.m. You can watch that the same way you're watching this one on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. And Susan Fongsongcam is also on Apia's bench for tonight's game. Now it's Logan Garrard. Garrard swings it in at the back post. Buchanan needs to defend. Can't quite clear it. There's a shot. And Williams trundles one wide of the target. Ira goes long. Gerard with a header into the grass. Williams and Davidson. Stingrays to the right-hand side. Garrett sends it away. And then Sloan turn to just slam it forward. Closing stages here. Is there one moment that will decide this game? Safety first work from Caitlin Russell there. Boza rides the challenge. And wants options. One of them is Kasha inside the box. Not much room. Works it back to Hogan. Barrios. Now Barrios Grove. Grove wins out. Annie Grove might as well be an attacker now. For this phase of play, Hogan is across to defend. Grove turns. Slips one through, and then True's attempted cross, blocked by Garrett. It's another Stingrays corner, but True's going to need some more attention. So, True finally actually back to her feet, so Stingrays do not need to be short-handed. In it goes. Won by Davidson. And then Middleton with the safe play. So what's the stopwatch? Say 88th minute here. Stingrays throw, that'll be. Now Davidson goes up. And the 1-2 doesn't work out for the Stingrays. So Barrios looks up. Decides for Buchanan. Kasha. And it will roll it back. Garrett wants to switch the point of attack. And it's kind of ended up between Tavares and Sloan. It's out off Giles in front of the Stingrays under-23s players who will be in action on this field after this one. Now space and a shot, which might break for Kasha. Did Kasha get the touch? Got the touch off the opponent, so it's a Hills corner. Potentially big moment in this game. Davidson lurking at the back post. For now, may end up making a run into the mixer. Everyone back for Hills. Egan Brown has been directed to guard the far post. Hush falls over the ground, is in, it goes, keepers up, doesn't hold it, and now that's going to be a free kick. Free kick for Stingrays. That's play through and space for Garrard. What are her options like? She floats one straight to Maddie Iro. Now, a bit of a bobbly pass. Kasha under a bit of pressure. Buchanan is up. Now. Hills throw. Hurls it forward. Sano. Now, Williams disrupted by Sloan, but does find Garrard. And Garrard goes direct. Davidson, almost off the knee, but it's well judged no matter what part of the body it hit. Sano, touch off the chest. Free kick. Infringement called against Jasmine Lamont, and we are about a minute into stoppage time. Russell positions the wall. I think it will... No, 2 in the wall. Sloan, will she just float it in? Here goes more direct, and it's sticky gloves from Caitlin Russell. It's high, but they say never let the ball bounce. Eventually it's Buchanan's, and a free kick called in favour of the Stingrays. Just a brief shout out for next Saturday's game in NPL Women's, Saturday 30th of May, 3 p.m. from the Arctic Circle, the Arctic Affray, Spirit versus Ravens. Anyway, Grove plays it in. And not really dealt with until Buchanan gets it temporarily away. Garrard shoots. Player in the way. Now, does it break for Barrios? Backwards pass now Buchanan. I think feeling the urgency, but that's not... Well, actually, Tavares might make a go of it. That will find its way to Sloan. Sloan looking for Barrios, but Grove is in the way. And, well... Chance here, Bozza. Bozza with a little shimmy. Chance for Paula Bozza. And it's straight at the keeper. Oh, I think that might have been the moment for Hills. Great technique from Bozza to work her way into the box. As Garrett clears. But how much time is left? Can't be long at all. We've had about 3 minutes of time added on. Kasha going direct. That's 2 straight. Up. Garrett again with the header. Sloan, plenty of room in front of her, but there's not plenty of time. Sano, through ball, Kasha. There was lunging. That was the right idea, and it was a good run from Kasha. Sano with the pass, and Kasha couldn't make it stick. Sloan gets the foot in there. Tavares spins past Middleton. Tavares. And then long shot is saved. Glance at the watch. It's not long. Pretty much last chance saloon. Garrard. Logan Garrard has Middleton ahead of her. And then Middleton still going. Still Chloe Middleton. And it's played forward. Now Sano, can she bring it down? Just about disrupted by by Thompson though. And then here's Boza, and it's 4-4 potentially. Here's the through ball to Tavares, and Russell's the favourite. Russell gets there, and that is that. So we finish as we started, 0-0 between Illawarra Stingrays and Hills United. One more point to the tally for both teams, 4 more club championship points to the tally for both teams, but it's honours even at the end of 90 hard-fought minutes. I suppose the big moment, the one that people will talk about, is the red card to Stingrays keeper Kiara Roche near the end of the first half, but substitute keeper Caitlin Russell did a great job in an unexpected circumstance to help her team keep a clean sheet. We hope you stick around on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel for either or both. If you've got 2 screens of the 2 5 p.m. kickoffs in NPL Women's New South Wales, it's Wanderers hosting RPL Leichhardt and Rangers hosting MacArthur Rams. The next time I'll be on commentary is Sunday 31st of May, 2:40 p.m. from Northbridge Oval, where I call Bulls FC Academy versus the Rangers. But it's time to get out of here. So thanks for your support of the Football New South Wales YouTube channel and NPL Women's New South Wales. On behalf of Football New South Wales, our broadcast partner Sportscast, and today's camera operator Justin, this is Eric Subihano wishing you a happy rest of the weekend. We hope to have your company soon on our YouTube channel. The final score here from Lakelands Oval in Dapto is Illawarra Stingrays 0, Hills United 0. Good night.